Hi, I'm Ryan Drum, and this is my audition tape to commentate at Pokemon VGC Nationals and Worlds competitions. The battle we're going to see today is between my two friends, PJ and Matthew. Both have been playing VGC for a really long time. They've been going to tournaments for the last 4 years, so they know the strategies that have worked in the past. And they're going to see if they can adapt those strategies to work in the current game, Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. So Matt's going to go ahead and lead off right away with a Politoed and a Rotom in Lawnmower form. That Lawnmower form is going to give Rotom the Grass type on top of his normal Electric type. PJ's going to lead with a Garchomp and a Rotom in Washing Machine form, giving that Rotom the Water type on top of his Electric type. Matthew's Politoed has the Drizzle ability, so right away it's going to start raining. This is big. Rain is going to help all water attacks be stronger, and it could also bring out abilities that certain Pokemon would only be able to use in the rain. There's a very good chance that Matthew's team is built around rain. PJ's going to go ahead and switch out his Garchomp, possibly fearing an Ice attack from Politoed. Garchomp can't deal with Ice attacks at all. Matt's going to hit a Leaf Storm on PJ's Rotom, and that'll bring it down in one hit. Rotom, while really strong at attacking, isn't very good at taking attacks, and PJ's already down one Pokemon. Politoed's going to shoot that Ice Beam that was intended for Garchomp, so a good switch by PJ, and it's going to do nothing to Aegislash. Aegislash, if you'll notice, is in his shield form. Aegislash can switch from an attack form to a defense form, and since he's in his defense form, that Ice Beam's not going to do much at all. Aegislash is really all about predicting when you're going to need defense and when you're going to need attack. So he's a very strategic Pokemon, and it's going to be interesting how PJ plays with that Pokemon. He's going to send out Greninja, a good choice being that it's raining, so all his Water-type moves are going to be boosted. Greninja has a really interesting ability called Protean, which means any type of attack he uses, he's going to switch to that type. For example, Greninja is Water type. If he were to use Ice Beam, he would actually change to Ice type. Matthew's going to bring back his Rotom in favor of a Gyarados. That Gyarados is going to use Intimidate, well, his ability is Intimidate, which means both of PJ's Pokemon are going to suffer a stat decrease in the attack stat. That's big, especially considering Aegislash in his attack form relies on the attack stat. There goes an Ice Beam from Greninja that was intended for Matthew's Rotom, so a good switch by Matt as that Gyarados is not going to take much damage at all. PJ's going to take a Toxic from Matthew's Politoed. That's going to badly poison his Greninja, and it's going to do a little bit of damage every turn. PJ's also going to use Swords Dance to raise the attack on his Aegislash, getting ready for when he switches that Aegislash to attack mode, and it's going to have an even higher attack than natural. You're seeing Leftovers on a few Pokemon, which heals a little bit of health every turn. Greninja having the opposite effect. That poison is whittling away a little bit of health every turn. Greninja's kind of a frail Pokemon, so if he loses even a little bit of health, he's very open to a KO. Gyarados is going to use Protect, and Politoed is going to go for Protect. A very interesting strategy by Matthew right here. He's using a turn just to step back, protect himself, not take any damage, and kind of scope out what PJ is doing. This will also give him an extra turn to heal up with his Leftovers and let Greninja take damage from his poison. You can see Aegislash is switched to attack mode. PJ is getting ready for an attack, but with those Protects he wasn't able to do any damage, at least this turn. This leaves PJ kind of vulnerable though. Outside of his defense mode, Aegislash is quite frail, and a strong attack from Matthew could bring him down fairly quickly. You can see 3 out of the 4 Pokemon here in the rain are Water type, so that rain could play a really big role if they decide to use Water moves. Aegislash is going to go for Shadow Sneak. That's a priority move, which means speed is not in the equation. Aegislash is kind of slow, but he was able to attack first because that move is priority. Greninja is going to go with an Ice Beam and take out that Gyarados before it's able to even attack. Definitely a good use of priority and speed by PJ to knock Matthew down one Pokemon. Politoed goes for the Scald and is able to knock out a frail and poisoned Greninja in one shot. Greninja definitely not able to take hits, and that poison is not helping it in that situation. Out comes PJ's Garchomp, and out comes Matthew's Rotom in Lawnmower form. PJ's in a tough situation here. Garchomp is weak to ice moves, and We know that Politoed has Ice Beam. He's also... Oh! Garchomp is going to Mega Evolve. A smart move by PJ. That's going to sacrifice Garchomp's speed in favor of attack and defense. PJ's also going to switch his AG Slash to defense mode. PJ seems to be going into a more conservative defensive strategy now that he's down to his last 2 Pokemon. AG Slash is going to use King's Shield, which will protect it even more. And out comes an Earthquake from his Garchomp. That's not going to do too much damage, and oh no! PJ's AG Slash was just burned by a Will-O-Wisp. That is a strong... And Garchomp's going to be hit a lot of damage by the Ice Beam. Anyway, that Will-O-Wisp is a game changer to AG Slash. AG Slash relies on the attack stat, and since he's burned, his attack stat is cut in half. So even in attack mode, AG Slash is not going to do nearly as much damage as PJ wants him to do. That burn is also going to whittle away a little bit of health with every turn. Matthew's going to protect with his Politoed. His Politoed is quite low on health, so that protect will ensure that he's not a target the next turn. That Leaf Storm, while it's going to bring down Rotom's special attack stat, it is going to take down PJ's Garchomp. You're only going to see 1 Mega Pokemon for every team, and the fact that Matthew took out PJ's Mega Garchomp is a huge hurdle that he just jumped. AG Slash is going to heal a little bit of his health thanks to the Leftovers ability, but he's going to go ahead and lose it right away due to that burn from Rotom's Will-O-Wisp. AG Slash is also very vulnerable in his attack mode. PJ's going to need to definitely boost that attack stat if he wants a chance at sweeping Matthew's team. PJ's going to switch to the defense mode. Definitely a safe, conservative play, especially now that he's onto his last Pokemon. He's going to use a King's Shield to buy himself a turn. Matthew's not going to attack the AG Slash just yet, opting for a conservative play himself using Light Screen to boost his special attack stat. AG Slash is going to heal just a little bit thanks to his Leftovers, and he's going to promptly lose that because of his burn. AG Slash will be able to take quite a few hits. He's a very, very powerful defensive Pokemon. Off comes a Thunderbolt, doesn't do too much. A Scald from Politoed in the rain is going to be boosted. It's a Water-type move, and that'll hurt AG Slash quite a bit. PJ's going to try and get that attack stat on AG Slash up as much as he can. That burn is cutting it in half, but if he can get enough Sword Stances, he might be able to get AG Slash strong enough to do some damage. The Leftovers is keeping AG Slash's health as high as it can be, but that burn just keeps whittling it down. PJ's going to need to get that attack stat up, or he's just going to need to go in for an attack and hope for a lucky critical hit. A Leaf Storm is going to come off of Rotom. That's not going to be very effective, but a critical hit allows it to KO the AG Slash. Matthew will win this battle. That was an interesting battle using some of the strategies we're going to see at the tournaments later this summer. Thanks so much for watching.